My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Geminis. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing your general love reading, your 5 card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer these 12 red roses as a token of my love and appreciation for your love, support, and devotion towards my channel and to myself. So again, thank you so much for joining me today as well. So this 5 card love reading includes that the first card represents you, the second the other person, the third the relationship, the fourth the past, and the fifth the future. Then I'm going to draw a Vampire Oracle for you, and then a Favole, and 1 card from the French Tarot deck of the Tarot Interdit Vampiria. But let's get started with card number 1, which is for you, and my goodness, you get the Moon. Interesting. Pisces energy. Maybe you personally have Pisces placements. Maybe your current spouse and loved one, companion is a Pisces. Interesting. Well, what I'm mostly getting here is, you're definitely heading down this new route. I mean, you're definitely being beckoned somehow by this vampiress. Metaphorically speaking, it could also be your senses and intuition who is guiding you towards wherever, maybe a new person. Maybe you are definitely going to go down this courtship. Maybe you are going to be going on more dates, a new date. Maybe you're meeting people, whatever, and stuff like that. But the moon is definitely about that you're heading down towards this new path. Interesting. I mean, it's very beautiful and romantic on so many levels, especially when somebody really wants you to follow them and head towards them in other ways. But mind you, I mean, is that sometimes, when you're being beckoned, it's another, form of actually being seduced as well. I mean, of course, if you see, her eyes are focused on you in other ways. I mean, of course, it's like, tarot has no gender, so it could also be a guy who's beckoning you in other ways. But the thing is, it's like, you might want to be careful. I mean, of course, always, lean towards the ounce of cautiousness, of course, because coming from, like, I was actually somebody's prey for that matter. So the point is that, it's like, I'm always more or less more of the unhappy, individual, rather than just thinking, oh yeah, just try out something new. I mean, of course, to each their own. If you think, okay, why not? It's best just to have options and opportunities, then having nothing along the side. But yeah, it looks like, this person is really, wants you to, meet them and stuff like that. But it could also be that your senses is telling you to head down, a different route as well. Okay. The other person. This is interesting. You get the World. So this person, it could be definitely maybe like an Aquarius, maybe your brother, sister, air sign, maybe a Leo, maybe a Taurus, or even a Scorpio, especially with the moon, though technically the moon is mostly a Pisces card in other ways. But what I mostly see here is I see you heading out into this world. I see you finally leaving your comfort level of maybe of just thinking, okay, we're going to have to try something. We're just going to have to get out. Our senses are telling us to get out inside the world, and we're going to finally see what we can make out of this whole situation, whether it's finding new person, going on courtship dates, or what have you and stuff like that. Maybe propositions, in other words. But again, this looks like a very beautiful new beginning. I mean, now technically we are close to Virgo season, so this is probably, taking place at the start of your new book of life, the next chapter of your journey of wherever it may take you and stuff like that. And so maybe this is kind of like the start of finding true love or new love or any kind of love for that matter. But you could also, be going on plenty of reminiscing, what do you call, anniversaries, stuff like that, and going out, and maybe you guys are going to be traveling and stuff like that. I mean, my goodness, it all just looks so promising either way. Because a relationship, 9 of Pentacles, abundance, my goodness, you could also be with a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo person in other ways as well. I mean, I just mostly see, that this whole relationship is just so rich and successful and passionate. I mean, maybe you could be a rich, individual in other ways, and, you guys are living in this beautiful manor, mansion, whatever it may be and stuff like that. You guys just have so much luxury and abundance and stuff like that, and it just looks very, very, very beautiful in other ways. But of course, it's like you could still be in a singlehood to actually say, okay, it's like I have a very good career, I have a very beautiful home, a very nice vehicle and stuff like that. So this could be all of your material possessions from a really good job or career that you have. And maybe you're just thinking, okay, what's actually missing in my life is actually finding true love. And so that's why you're getting out into this world, because you have this as a backup and support. Fabulous, because In the past, you got the Empress, Virgo. I mean, this is interesting because we're technically heading down towards Virgo. I mean, even, it's like whoever you're currently with, could definitely maybe be a Virgo in other ways as well. But in the past, I saw new beginnings taking place. I saw, it's like a also a different types of abundance, maybe fertility of some kind, maybe anything that pretty much just resonates with this card. But this is also about new beginnings, fertility, abundance, what have you. Everything is just, all kinds of luck and fortune is also on your side, even though it's not like the Wheel of Fortune particularly. Okay. Because in the future, you get strength. My goodness, maybe, the other person could definitely be a Leo or, who you're probably going to eventually meet. Leos and Geminis can make really good companions and friends and stuff like that. It's like warm weather. It's like the fire with the ether, together. It just pretty much has this very beautiful warmth. And the thing is, I even mentioned this to Aries, who is also kind of drawing in other people. A lot of people, they crave warmth over the cold. That's just kind of, a lot of humans, they love bonfires over just sitting in an ice cold, like room or whatever it is and stuff like that. Because warmth, more or less, just kind of shows relaxation. It just shows that everything is just okay. You've got nothing to worry about and stuff like that. It just looks incredibly beautiful and promising. Maybe, it's like, well, you could definitely be heading off. Well, maybe this is already kind of like a Leo individual, but you also have so much confidence in the future. In the past, you already probably had so much to offer. You probably had abundance in other ways. And you could also be heading out into this world and you're going to be gaining a lot of experience, but you also have so much confidence and courage to be able to go out into this world as well. Because the deep and sad truth is that if you don't have the confidence and courage, either you have to find your motivation through fear and frustration and anxiety, but you could also find motivation of getting out because you already have everything it takes. You pretty much have this very beautiful home, a beautiful career. Everything is pretty much to your disposal. But now the final puzzle that you just need to go out and find and go out on this voyage is finding the true love of your life in other ways. Or you could definitely, if your current spouse or companion is definitely a Leo, would make sense as well. Oracle wants to say reason, listen to advice, think clearly, and intellect. And that's kind of, with any kind of like response to anything is, hey, before you even, like get on your knees or before you allow other people to get on their knees to propose to you, my suggestion and even following the Oracle is to always make sure that is an honest offering for that matter. Because I even mentioned this to Taurus, even if you have Taurus placements in your star chart, is make sure that the person who is after you or who's interested in you is not after, your fortune of abundance with the Nine of Pentacles, because you had, this very beautiful new beginnings in the past and you have so much confidence. Because the thing is of course, confidence draws humans. That's why, a lot of humans, they are drawn towards Leos because, Leos, they are like the sun and stuff like that. But the point what I'm going to make here is, if you exude so much confidence and energy, that pretty much draws humans towards you. But if you come across as being rich, luxurious, that also draws other people to you, but it's only for the material possessions of wanting to share wealth or status or whatever and stuff. And that is something, that my father used to actually, mostly, will push, my siblings and me into, is to find, true love in the sense of actually sharing status and not ever finding true love because, love, didn't mean anything. But then I still wonder, why did my parents ever meet at their bonfire in the first place? So sometimes I even started questioning, what my elders used to tell me in other ways as well. But definitely, listen to your instincts and intuition and verify that whoever is out there and who loves you for who you are and not because you will pay for all the lavish meals and the best wines or champagnes out in this world, Because Favole wants to continue with, okay, Ace of Crosses, also known as Ace of Pentacles, because the cross is like the material possession another way. There's definitely going to be a new offering taking place. So, it looks like that everything is just going to be working out in your favor. But again, listen to advice, think clearly, and use your intellect before you literally accept this offering. It could be from a Taurus or Capricorn or maybe even a Virgo from the past as well. Maybe you're currently courting a Virgo in other ways. But I'm just And he will want to more or less is kind of stress this moment is to say, please think clearly, because the thing is, it's like if I had known, who the vampire was and what his intentions were towards me, I would have probably just, run out and just saying, oh no, I'm not going to deal with this. And even if he would, destroy my shop or break, my, anything in there, whatever it may be, my furniture, or my cards or whatever, and stuff like that, so be it. But, at least I would have still had my family around, as support. Wow. So, the French Tarot deck wants to finish off with the Eight of Swords. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a very interesting card. I mean, it could definitely be from like an Aquarius, maybe Libra, or Gemini for that matter. But yeah, the Eight of Swords is kind of like feeling stuck and feeling like directionless in other ways. And so, like I just want to keep stressing is please use reason, because if you were to accept this big offering of whatever it may be from this Ace of Pentacles individual, the best way is just to kind of go on courtship dates and just kind of just allow, people just to kind of express themselves and show themselves and stuff like that. But what I even mentioned to, I think, Taurus for this, is, if you're about to go on a courtship, or if you actually want to kind of, start seeing red flags or their true colors, and you're already in a rich and successful and abundant background, my suggestion would be is just to tell them to go get a job. And maybe suddenly, you'll see this other side of them that suddenly just says, what are you talking about? You're the one who's rich and successful. I'm willing to be the one to even, just be the home parent, home mother, home father, while you're the one that goes out and just, gets everything and whatever it is. I mean, okay, to each their own, if that's what you want to wish, go for it. But the point, what I want to say is, the Eight of Swords is definitely feeling directionless or stuck, at least. It's not quite like the Devil individual, though Taurus did get the Devil individual, so I don't know if that has anything to do with if you have any Capricorn placements yourself. But the point what I want to make is that if there's any kind of offering, this person could also definitely be seducing you into heading off towards this Eight of Swords situation as well. So you might really want to think hard, at least, think clearly, use your intellect, and listen to advice as much as possible, and just start saying, yeah, I want my husband or wife to get a job and stuff like that, so we can actually just share wealth and blah, blah, blah. We can, we'll build this beautiful financial empire and stuff like that, and just see how they react. Now, if an honest person would say, oh, definitely, oh, I already have a career, or whatever it is, or I work at this, or I work at that, then most likely, they're not per se out for your finances, but I would definitely, will keep, their promise after you do, we'll settle the whole marriage contract deal with them, and not that they suddenly say, okay, now that we're officially husband and wife, and now I'm going to resign from my job, and I'm going to quit, and I'm just going to live off of your salary. Be mindful of those, but of course, and we'll definitely think clearly and ask advice, from whoever is out there, whoever you trust the most and value in other ways. Well, I'm going to have to leave it at this for now, but if this reading resonated for anybody out there, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm going back to general readings, so for now I'm just doing general and love. I'm also open for personal readings. There's a web link on my YouTube channel. It's called Project Page. It's on the Project Page tab. There are the different types of prices for personal readings. But if you want a personal reading, please subscribe to this channel and post in the little discussion box that you want a personal reading from me, and I'll respond to you with my email. Other than that, I love you guys incredibly. I want to wish you all the best of luck on this journey, and thank you again so much for joining me.